Yeah. Can you still see you?
I can hear everything.
Yeah. Oh, is it recording already?
Yeah.
That's fine, you can just about see. So last week we had a look at, well, when we stopped the camera, we did our flip chart of like sort of sayings and ideas. We sort of found out different ways we work. We can probably use the MTBI test scores to sort of make our relationships work better as well. We've got more of an idea of how people work. I'm really sorry that I don't have mine. My brain is not here at all this year. Basically, yeah, so should we just go around and find out what we've got and then go from there?
Mm.
So, Eddie, you were working on you were working with Francesca, weren't you, on some of the HR stuff?
I haven't sent anything over yet.
Sorry?
I haven't sent anything yet, so he hasn't.
Oh, okay,
Not
yeah,
done
that's
it.
fine. What's it like at the moment? Are you...
I've done
Do you
the
help?
contract,
Okay.
kind of. There's some stuff I need to take out at the end because my sister helped me. We did a proper one.
Oh,
But there's
cool.
things like we don't necessarily need probationary and expenses, everything like that on there. And like salary, because we're working by the hour, not like full time. So I just need to take some bits off the end. But the contract's like up and running. I've done the job description for my role, but that's like she did that one with me, so I have to go through it, and the person specification bit is really, really detailed. And I'm going to do them like a lot more broader because it's only for like the appendix. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be...
No, it doesn't need to be for an actual job, so I'm going to make them a bit more broader.
Okay,
So they can-
that sounds cool though. It's good that
But
you
yeah,
get
I've
your
done-
sister involved.
Yeah, so much easier. So yeah, that's fine. I've got them with me. I'm going to see what I've done.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. The only thing is, as long as your sister's not actually writing any of it,
No, that's fine.
So, yeah, that should be a problem. But it's always good to ask people for advice,
Yeah.
you know.
You should say she was a volunteer, so you can
Yeah, but you need to pay her for her hours work.
that's the problem.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Have you kept
Yeah, but
your
that's
hours on it?
Yeah.
Or-
That's just the same as primary research, isn't it? I've got it from like a business, so it's just the same as that.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So they're coming along at the moment, so
Yeah.
those should be sort of coming together soon.
Yeah.
Because we do have to do a poster for next week. It would kind of good to, you know, do like a flip chart or something to
Yeah.
get an idea.
Well,
of
I've
what we're
finished like a couple of them, so even if you've got examples, just put on there so you
Okay.
can show what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm going to see, I don't think there'll be a blank flip chart in there, but I don't know whether they're giving them out to us or whether we're meant to go and get something. But worst comes to worst, we can actually do, providing everyone's okay to put in like a few pence, you can actually just print off posters. But
Yeah.
she said it's not marked, so I'd rather just use a flip chart.
Yeah.
So it's just a general idea of, you know, what's going on at the moment. And we can be creative as we like, so why don't we draw some pretty pictures on it? Yeah, okay, so HR's come along good.
I have a
James?
question. You told us that we are supposed to send you our job description.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted like if you think any keywords
but
that
and
anyone
keywords,
do.
but we still have to do it, right? Because I didn't do it.
Oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine. There are like bits in the module guide. It's just because the job description that the first one that I've done is really long, so I was struggling to like pad it out. But I'm not going to do them that in detail, so it's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just to give you a general idea,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Of like, if anybody could think of something that isn't necessarily in the module guide,
Yeah.
so that we're all sort of contributing to it. Which I think is a really good idea, or if we can find ways of narrowing it down, just saying, you know, we do this. Because I don't think they're meant to be overly long, are they? They're
No.
only to about, what, page for the JD, a page for the person spec.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just because there are so many of them. So if you want us to each do one for ourselves, we could do it that way, or if you
No,
want to
it's
send us a
fine.
template.
They're not too bad now. I've done the contract and the job description down person
Okay.
specification, all in the same like format, so it looks like a lot more professional, like all the same. The contracts are really, really easy once you've actually written it. It's just changing the name, changing the job title.
Is it just the first one that was?
Yeah.
Sort of like,
just
so
actually
you've got your
writing the
template now
thing.
and just go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Job description's a bit more difficult because obviously you've got to change the whole thing, but
Okay.
the contracts are fine, so it's not too bad.
Okay, that's cool because we're going to have to utilise sort of Eddie and Julius Moore this week and Barbara with the putting together the production because we need to kick that off now
Yeah.
properly. So what we'll do is just sort of say if you need some more help with it, just kind of put it out generally on the Facebook group,
See, we've got
and we're all just, you know,
Yeah.
we can all just chuck in some help. You know, if you want to send us anything, pop it up on the Facebook group or email it across. And
okay.
yeah, because I don't want to feel like you're doing too much.
No, it's fine. It was just getting started. That was the
Okay.
hardest part, was actually writing it. But now it's just changing it. It's not too bad.
Cool. Who else? Jonas, you were doing some research. What have we got so far?
Actually, I didn't do too much because, as I told you, I was in Germany. But
Yeah.
what I did last night was I looked up some video training homepages, and I found something in Germany, for example. This is an institution called Pink University, and they are offering training videos.
Okay.
But not about our topic, managing cultural differences, but for example, about time management. And this video, in total, the duration is 110 minutes or something, and
Okay.
it contains 7 smaller videos. And this package is about 40 euros. That's what I found in Germany, but there are some other institutions in, I don't know where, in UK or something, and they're offering a video about for for the virtual team managing culture and technology, which is about $695. So there are quite big differences.
Yes, there's quite a variation depending on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what we should focus is more like the training videos which I found in Germany, which contains smaller parts, smaller videos that focus on a specific topic, and yeah, they're about 40 euros or 40 pounds, and there's another one I found. This is International Journal of Intercultural Relations, and this is a text, I think, because it says view the full text.
Yeah, it's a journal. Obviously.
Yeah, and you can buy it for $31. So
Yeah, I think that one's more of an article than a video, though, isn't it? that
yeah,
one? Okay.
that's what I found so far.
Okay, no, that's cool because we seem to have like a massive price difference. You know,
Yeah.
there's a big difference between $40 and
$600,
$650. So if you just
650 euros for training video.
yeah.
Which is only 20 minutes long.
Did you find out what the difference between them was?
No, not in detail, but I will,
Okay.
because I last evening I didn't have too much time, so
Yeah, that's fine. Have we got because we could have a look at a Mintel report
yeah,
or data monitor, which might tell us a bit more about the training video industry.
yeah,
So yeah, if we have a look, then if anybody does come across a particularly good Mintel report, if you could have a look, particularly at Mintel and data monitor for next week,
yeah,
see if we can find sort of more specific things on like the price and what's included, because that should give us like an overall view of the training video industry.
Yep.
Hopefully, because yeah, that's a huge price difference. So like, I mean, how much do we reckon our videos worth? It's top class, obviously, so you know we could charge like £1,000 for our video.
Well, I thought about 6. I don't know, because I'm still struggling with the Brazilian phone, one, and then we can kind of.
I think there's
So,
finance to a certain extent, and also the
yeah.
marketing, which obviously Alex is doing the marketing plan, so until we sort of get some idea about that. But I think we should start off, in which case, because we've got to work around this whole thing, like, obviously, because Alex has got to do the marketing, but if we start with the financial basis for like what can we actually afford, how much do we actually need to make to cover our expenses, then that should help us out a bit more, I guess, and then marketing can work around that because she'll have a budget for that. So if we're going to sell it for like quite a lot, we're probably going to need to have quite a big marketing program, but then that's going to cost more. So probably going to go around in circles quite a bit with this until we get the price right. But yeah, the research will help us to work towards like a base price.
But I think it also depends on which target group we are focusing, because if we're offering our video for example, students like we are, it should be not too expensive. But if we are offering it for big companies for them to do a training, to train their staff, should be more expensive, like €40 or £40. So
Okay, so
maybe we
target
should-
group is
yeah,
quite a big
maybe
thing.
we should decide that at first.
Yeah, I think we need to. That's a good point actually, because we do need to know, who our market,
Yeah.
which segments we're going to go for, and that I suppose comes under the marketing strategy more. So yeah, it's kind of working together really. And at some point, Maria, yours and Alex's sort of finance and marketing will have to be pieced together so that we've kind of got it as one continuous system.
Price and marketing.
Yeah. So we're getting there. That's good, and at least we've got more idea of prices. But there seems to be quite a lot going on with sort of the quality and
Yeah.
who they're targeting. So yeah, if you could have a look at those things, and obviously if we could all sort of chip in with anything, if we find any articles about training videos, or if anybody just, take a quick glance at the databases, quick glance at, what's going on. Hopefully we'll be able to find out some stuff about that. Because there probably is quite a lot out there really. Has anybody come across anything so far? Or
No, not really.
no? Anybody got any personal experiences with training videos? Or?
No.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, I have. No, it's not a training video. No.
I had kind of a training video when I studied in college. In college. But they were more like a video of a lecture from the university, and it's kind of also on DVD, so you can buy it and see these lectures.
It's more like a kind of DVD of TED Talks, I guess.
Kind of, yeah.
I have to watch them a lot of work, but they're like health and safety based sort of thing.
Yeah, those like fire warning videos and things like
And
that.
it'll be like, don't leave a ladder because someone may fall over, and there'll be a picture of someone like sprawled on the floor. Really good ones.
Yeah, some of them are just painful to watch, aren't they? The ones you get at work.
Yeah,
But,
it's funny.
I saw a lot of videos like that, like about safety in school.
I suppose safety videos, yeah, they are training videos to some extent. They definitely use
Fire
scenarios.
training ones as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've all got an idea of what it is in our head. I don't think there's anyone sat here going, what is a training video? Because we've all kind of discussed some ideas before about sort of, what we see it as and ideas that we have for it. So we've all got like a picture in our minds of like, the ladder, the guy falling off the ladder kind of stuff. So yeah, it should be fine coming together with that. Did you get anything for the kind of plan? For
Yeah, it's. Yeah, because. I
Okay.
think it's what-
That's fine.
So I think the thing we have to just for the prototype think about show in the first time a situation like a conflict between member staff coming from different country, so with different culture of course, and after with off voice show how the manager can resolve the conflict, but to manage people and speak with them. But or one situation about motivate them and one situation about manage their differences to work together. And I think the first situation, the conflict should be like 2.5 minutes, and the two examples of how solving the problem should be like 2.5 minutes too. And quite 2 cents, like short sense to show with a voice like this. Oh, it's so I think it's like 5 minutes is short, and I think it will be just okay.
So actually, you probably prefer to have a vision of something rather than kind of writing it all down. You probably like to have that because you've got a really good idea in your head what you want. So
yeah, but it's in my head.
Yeah.
I can't just.
But that's fine. That's fine because that's that's just a different way of doing things. But yeah, you've obviously thought through.
Yeah.
And did you see the video Julia's put up? Did everybody see that on Facebook? The example. Oh,
I
okay.
saw it go up, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, there was a girl giggling in the video, which I'm guessing was part of why you said, this is how not to do it. But, I think in some ways what they were doing with the kind of cut-ins and the kind of, the narrative over the top and the this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't, is kind of what we've already discussed doing. So maybe that side of it was really good, but perhaps we could try not to, giggle when we're doing the video, which was quite amazing really when I saw it. But yeah, there was some good content in there. It's just, well, I was confused by the first bit where the manager suddenly changed into a different person, which was quite interesting. But yeah, definitely something along those lines. And actually looking at that video, 5 minutes of film is actually quite a long time. So we need to have like quite a lot of content in that clip.
Yeah, because I saw a video clip like music, and I was 4.5 minutes. It's long. When you are, it's not, it never ends. And I think, oh my god, 5 minutes is quite long. I think it's short, but it's quite long. So we have to make a lot of.
I think if people are okay, I mean, has anybody got anything going on at lunchtime just for the first kind of half an hour? Or anybody? Or no? Because I was going to say, I've got my camcorder with me, charged up for once, and we could just start sort of doing a test to make sure that I can upload it to YouTube and things like that, and just maybe just sort of film like the first couple of things that you've got in your head while while most of us are here. So we could just sort of start off, and I could just test to make sure it all goes online properly. But I just thought using that means that we can do some better shots and things like that. So hopefully, a bit movie maker, we can make this, quite an entertaining 5 minutes for the poor people that have to sit for it. So yeah, but it sounds like you've got some really good ideas. Does anybody else want to pitch in anything? Did anybody have any ideas for how to change it, or? No?
I was thinking about editing, like any one of us can do this, like some words coming out and something like that.
Some words coming on the
Like
screen, like.
Oh, do you mean sort of the editing afterwards?
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah, no, that's
the keywords. Yeah, of course.
So keywords associated with, keywords associated with sort of the Mandarin differences. I've also had a look at Wordle, which would look quite cool at some point in the presentation, to sort of, when we talk about our whole process and the ideas that came together, I think they want us to be as creative as possible. So I don't know if anyone else has got some crazy creative ways of like presenting things, but one of the ones I thought of was using a Wordle, which is, I think I mentioned before, it's the one that goes, it might be easy to draw this actually, but it's basically where you have things like, what words did we have last week? We had like conflict, so you might have conflict, they look a lot more colourful than this, and then you might have like negotiation. I've definitely spelled that wrong. No, but just wrong. Yeah, and you might have another word coming in here, words going up there, like that. and it kind of makes like a pretty colourful picture of words, and you're kind of almost like a cross shape. You'd recognise it if you saw it. I think lecturers use it quite a lot. And I thought any sort of key ideas we've come up with, particularly last week when we had the sort of, the chart of all the words, I noticed quite a few wrote them down. We could put those together and say, this is how we developed the video, and do it as a Wordle to show people like that thought process going on. But there's other aspects of it, such as the finance, which we could probably do in quite a creative way. I think Alex would be really good with putting together sort of the marketing, but I think we can all chip in there as well with, so she's putting together a marketing plan, but I think in terms of marketing, everybody's got, when it comes together, we'll all have an idea of the branding. Are we going to put the branding in the video? Are we going to sort of mix around? And you guys get to have lots of fun editing it, and doing the techie bits. So I hope you're good with the Movie Maker or whatever it is that we can use. That's the only one I know. There probably is something a bit more technical than Movie Maker now, but yeah, we can sort of put something together and go for it really. So we've got the plan.
Sorry, probably for the video, the montage, someone will know a site, software for montage video, because I think
it's like Movie Maker.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Something like Movie
But
Maker.
Movie Maker is kind of,
It probably is. I just don't know any other programs.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
It's
about.
quite embarrassing really. I did film today, so I have absolutely no idea how to make an actual film. That's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, if you guys know something more techie than Windows Movie Maker, go for it. Cause
Yeah, my flatmate studies this.
oh, brilliant. Yeah, if you could ask them,
Okay, thank you. I know how to use it, but I don't have one.
Okay.
And I know all the time I have to pay for it.
I have complete faith in you guys. It sounds really cool. You know about techie stuff, it's all good. But yeah, no. If we've got anything more advanced than that, then that would probably be better for putting it together. The more interesting we make it, the more it's, well, we want our buyers to be really interested in watching it. If they sit there and they're like, oh, okay, so as you sat at a desk, you're talking, they're going to be bored. So we do want to make the video as creative as possible so that people aren't bored. And we want to sort of use our presentation, sort of jump in with bits as well. So I think the more creative we are with this, the better. So if anybody thinks of anything we can put in, just go for it.
I just think about it. Do you want to film in this class, in this room, or?
We can go anywhere, I guess.
Yeah, because I will prefer another place. More, I don't know, because here it's
More
too,
like an office.
yeah, more like an office and smaller, because we are 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like it's huge for us, and with the video, it will feel. I thought we should like last on the room. No, we need a smaller place, I think.
I think there are several places we can use. There's lots of different places on campus.
I would suggest some of the computer room because kind of every single office kind of or one computer for one person and there's no computer for two.
You could use the little room in G Block.
And
Yeah,
we need
it's
a room with computers, or at least 2. I don't know, but we need a computer. I think in the office they always have computer. We need computer.
What about looking at a room? Just in the library or in the undergraduate centre. Look at a group room. Got the computer, got a projector, so just take the camera at different angles. Do you guys think that might be a good plan? Or
Gypsy Lane.
Gypsy Lane.
Gypsy Lane, I think it's pretty
We've also got our building, we can go in there. That's more of a sort of corporate looking, it's not meant to be, is it? It's meant to be for engineering, but it's got more of the kind of the glass frontiness to it. We could film in Abercrombie. Have you been in the new bit in Gypsy Lane? It's really cool.
Yeah.
We could film a bit of it in there. There's lots of sort of scenic areas we can use.
Yeah.
Glass think tank.
Yeah.
So we've all got like like locations in mind. I think if we're going to mix it up a bit, we need to use different locations, but obviously not everybody will be available at the same time, but I think most, was it both of you said you had Monday, I think you had Monday afternoon? Or?
Yeah, Monday afternoon.
Yeah. So that would work quite well if you're working together on sort of the editing particularly, and parts of the filming as well. And most people in, you know, if we're doing stuff in Wheatley, most people are free at lunch times normally. As long, I mean, you're free as long as it's a Tuesday or Thursday, aren't you? So generally we can work around that. Obviously people could bring in lunch when we do it, but yeah, okay, no, this sounds really good. So, right, we need a bit of a film plan probably. Now, if we sort of, should we split everybody in half in terms of doing this? So we'll have a production team and editing team. Obviously some people doing acting, we can all jump in with that. But we've also got this presentation to do. So maybe we should do it that way, so that we have sort of half and half, because there's 8 of us, aren't there?
Yeah.
I can't count. Yeah, so we have 4 on each side. So what preferences do people have for being on production or being on presentation?
Let me just interrupt you before you answer that question. I'm sorry, I've run out of time to observe you, and I promised I would. I'll have to do it next week. I'll spend a little bit more time with your group next week. So apologies for that. I just got tied up with the other group. All right, a poster presentation next week to me. Informal, but I just need to see, and you need to see, how you're doing with the task. So it's nothing about process. Okay, so all we want to see on the poster is what you've done to date and what you've still got left to do. You can do it in a simple Gantt chart, progress flow chart, something like that, or you can do it more pictorially. Really don't mind, it's whatever fits with you. And it's something you have to hand in with your documentation. So it needs to be more than just a scrappy sheet of A4. But I don't need you to spend masses of time on it. It's more for your benefit than for mine. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we also need to, yeah, we've got the posters. Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. So we've got to do the poster, and then the supporting documentation, is that the task analysis action plan? Is that?
For now, I think just poster because these are going to be.
She said it's got supporting documentation with it.
Do anyone of us got a module guide?
I do have your module guide with me now, so we can talk over.
Can I see it?
Yeah, let me just get it out. 2 seconds. Right, that's not a module guide. That's.
And maybe we can start recording now.